Sergeant Major Elijah Carter sat in the back row of the auditorium, his navy cross glinting faintly beneath his coat. He had arrived an hour early, wearing his press dress blues, not for ceremony, but because they were the only suit he owned. Today was his son Tyler's college graduation, and no way in hell he'd miss it. He clutched the ticket tightly. It had his son's name on it, the one Tyler had mailed with a handwritten note. Dad, I wouldn't be walking across that stage if it weren't for you. Please be there. As the rows filled up, Elijah saw other parents in fine clothes. He caught a few glances, the kind he'd seen too many times in his 25 years of service, the kind that questioned why a tall, muscular black man with a shaved head was sitting in the reserved section. Two guards in suits approached him, one with a clipboard, the other scanning the row. So, the clipboard one said, eyeing Elijah's uniform, "This section is full. Family only." "I'm his father," Elijah replied calmly, lifting his ticket. The man squinted, then shook his head. "We need to re-verify this with our guest list. Please step outside while we check." The second guard gestured toward the back doors. Elijah's heart burned, but he stood up. Some parents were watching now. He stepped out into the hallway and waited. Minutes passed. Then one guard returned. "I'm sorry. There's no record of you being on the verified list. I'm going to have to ask you to leave campus, sir." Elijah's hands trembled. "I fought wars for this country. My son invited me. You can't." "Just so." The guard interrupted this time with a hand near his belt. "We don't want trouble. Just head to the parking lot." For a moment, Elijah considered fighting it. Then he remembered Tyler up on stage soon, scanning the crowd for his father. He turned, shoulders straight, and began to walk. But someone was watching. Inside the auditorium, Tyler sat among his graduating class, scanning the audience. He had spotted his dad earlier, that unmistakable frame in marine blues, but now the seat was empty. He texted his dad, "Where are you?" No reply. 10 minutes passed. A knot formed in his chest. Beside him sat Mateo Alvarez, his childhood best friend and fellow graduate and a newly inducted Navy SEAL. Mateo glanced at Tyler's phone, read the message, and immediately looked around. "What's wrong?" asked another SEAL graduate behind them. "My dad's missing. He was right there. Seats empty now." Mateo's eyes narrowed. "Your dad is Sergeant Major Elijah Carter, right?" "Yeah." The group of 6 SEALs rose quietly and left the graduation line. No one questioned them. No one ever did. Out in the hallway, Elijah was walking toward the parking lot, head bowed. "Sergeant Major Carter," a firm voice called. He turned to see 6 young men in dress whites approaching him. Mateo at the front. "Sir," Mateo said, standing at attention. "Did someone just ask you to leave?" Elijah looked around. "Yes," said I. "Wasn't on the list." The youngest SEAL, Jenkins, looked like he was about to erupt. "You're a decorated Marine. Your son's best friend is walking that stage right now." Mateo turned back toward the auditorium. "Follow us." The guard reappeared at the doors. "We told you." Jenkins stepped forward. "Stand down, sir. This man has a Navy Cross and a family." Another SEAL flashed a Department of Defense credential. "Want to explain to the Pentagon why you removed a U.S. war hero from a public graduation?" The guards froze. Elijah felt something shift. After years of being dismissed, overlooked, and disrespected in his own country, 6 young men were now flanking him like he was royalty. Together, they re-entered the auditorium. The audience quieted as the SEALs walked down the center aisle, escorting Elijah to the front row. Parents whispered, cameras flashed. The dean paused on stage. Tyler spotted them, and his eyes welled up. His dad was back, flanked by 6 men who walked like warriors. Elijah took his seat. One SEAL stood at either end of the row. The rest stood at ease behind him. The announcer read Tyler Carter's name. He rose. Applause rang out, then softened when people noticed him stop halfway to the stage. Tyler turned, saluted his father, and shouted, permission to graduate. Sergeant Major. The audience gasped. Elijah stood slowly, eyes glassy. Permission granted, he said, voice deep and proud. The crowd erupted. Some stood, others wiped tears. Even the guards at the door, now frozen in place, watched in silence. Afterwards, reporters swarmed Elijah and Tyler, but they didn't talk about the guards. They talked about service, sacrifice, family, and how 6 SEALs restored what 2 guards tried to erase. Tyler and his dad embraced for the first time in months. You didn't have to come. Back in, Elijah said quietly. Mutto smiled. You raised the best man I know. That makes you our hero, too. Elijah stood among the graduates, not as an outsider, but as a man who had fought not only on battlefields, overseas, but in the quiet daily wars of dignity at home. That day, he didn't just watch his son graduate. He became a symbol, not just of pride, but of justice, finally being seen, finally being respected, and finally being honored.